Let's do it.
All right, we're back for episode 81 of the Idiot Circle. I'm Mike.
I'm Fred.
Bizarre.
Tim.
And
every time.
folks, back for his second appearance on the Idiot Circle, affectionately known the TIC, is Dave Swantek, which it was Two Rivers Winery. Now it is the Water Street Winery. And Dave, welcome back to the show. We're so thrilled to have you back.
Great to be back, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Rob has a plethora of questions to ask you because he misses you like nobody's business.
Not a plethora, but
he talks about you all the time, Dave.
You know what, Dave? I loved like the Two Rivers name because it was not on the nose, right? You kind of had to think about it. I love stuff like that. I thought it was just a great name. And I'm just so upset that it happened that you had to go through the process of the renaming. But you know what? It's not about the name, brother. What you've created in that town, bringing people in and how you guys treat people, it's not
Awesome.
a name. You guys have created something special.
Yep.
Well, certainly appreciate that. There's been a huge amount of community support. A lot of people have asked us why the name change, and it's kind of like, pardon me, but a water under the bridge. Where it's Water Street Winery. It's right out the front door, and that's the name. And there's more good things to come. So it's just not about the name change. There's a lot of good things we have cooking up for the springtime. So very excited about it. So thanks so much.
Anything you could release here for the first time on the tick, or I mean, is it something you're still going to hold for a little
bit? Well, there was a little bit of background kind of on the name change. We were researching a lot of different things right out of the gate. We're expanding and opening up a brewery in the springtime.
Nice.
What? You took my idea. Oh, no.
Well, you had to move. Why'd you move?
Hey, Dave, I've been saying for the longest time, the one thing the town was missing was a great brewery. So good job. Yeah.
Well, we are here to bring a great brewery to this town. It's a microbrewery, not going to be, we're not doing big batches. We're going to specialize in small batch, some variety. We'll have at least 4 consistent blend brews that we'll have. I keep saying blends because I'm in the winery and that's how you do wine.
Yep,
but
we get you.
It's going to be pretty awesome. We'll probably have 8 to 12 different taps. We'll start off with 8, probably move up to 12.
Rotating seasonal.
Yep, we'll rotate some. You'll have your favorites. We're going to perfect 4. You can always expect that we're going to have those, and then we'll grow from there. Seasonal, when you get to the different seasons, you like a light drinking beer for the summertime, maybe a little bit of lime, maybe a little bit of orange. We'll get to all that as we get going. But yeah, we're pretty excited about it. I've got a good friend that's helped me out. He's been brewing beer forever. And since we opened, kind of like what you guys were talking about, when are you guys going to do beer? We couldn't expand because there just wasn't the space to do it, because Julie makes like 80 different kinds of wine, and she's launching 2 new ones this week as well. So we expanded the space, and we're really looking forward to it. We're doing the build out right now.
Dave, in summertime, think about when you're a kid, it's summertime, you're off school, and maybe a little later in the evening, you're in the pool or running around doing stuff. The one sound that you hear in the summertime, especially in Michigan, people cutting their grass, right? You hear that mower off in the distance. We got a great name for a summer brew for you. Fred, do you want to release that name? You want to give them the name that we were going to name one of our beers?
Yep. It's the four-toed Charlie.
Nine-toed.
Nine-toed Charlie with one in the ditch.
One in the ditch. Now we have a story behind that.
We have a story behind it, though.
Yeah. Fred can tell you the story.
So when I was in 8th grade, my dad was cutting the lawn, and he was cutting the ditch, and he slipped underneath and had his toe cut off, his big toe. And he thought he lost more, but but it got cut off perfectly. Well, they couldn't find it anywhere. Well, the neighbors, like a day later, 2 days later, found it in their yard while they were raking up the yard. And the funny thing is it was cut off. If they would have been able to find it, they would have been able to reattach without any problem because there was no damage around it. It was cut like perfectly. And so when we were talking about doing what you guys are doing now, Rob came up with this idea, and he goes, I got to tell you this. And he's like, he can barely tell me because he's laughing so hard. And he goes, I want to name one of the beers Nine-Toed Charlie with one in the ditch.
That was going to be like our Boilermaker. So if you ordered the 9-toe, one in the ditch, you got the one in the ditch would be like the shot of whiskey or whatever. But you can blend it with whatever you want. But it would tie it back to Marine City a little bit. For a Richmond boy, you know, you gotta embrace those Marine City roots a little bit too.
We've been here for 5 years. We're done embracing. I mean, it's been
Right.
So it's been pretty awesome. Right. I'm laughing as you guys are telling the story because one of the beers that we were talking about brewing is a grass cutting beer. And it's just something light. You're out there cutting the grass, and it's it's something.
We call it Charlie Nine Toes.
We may have to throw an AKA in there somewhere, but you guys got the rights to it now, though, too.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we're not going to sue you.
Don't know how to copyright anything or trademark anything.
We're not doing a cease and or not. No, you can't use it.
I'm done with trademarks. I can't handle any more trademarks.
Well, we are from Marine City. We're not from Colorado, so I bequeath it to you. You have it on now. You have it on tape.
As Marine City passed that ordinance or rule, if I walked into your place, got a wine or a beer, can I take that out and walk around?
So on every participating either bar or us, there is a social district officially in Marine City right now. Okay.
There is.
On all of our licenses, we've already applied. It's part of the social district. The city, I believe, is still working out some of the details as far as the to and from, and then just to manage the flow of people and what they have in their cup, what is on their cup. But right now you can, I mean, it's allowed inside of the city to grab a glass of wine and, a good glass of warm old wine, go walk by the river. But they're working through some of the details, and we're hoping that the city is going to have this fully fledged and just baked. So when spring comes and, the sun is shining and everybody can drink out there. So looking forward to that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So, Dave, not to bring up a sore subject, but with the name change and stuff like that, how did that really come about? And now that how did you? I mean, other than the street being out front, were there other names that you were considering other than Water Street Winery?
There were actually two when we first started, and one was Two Rivers, and the other one was Water Street. So it's kind of in a nutshell, it's kind of going back to where we were originally thinking, or back to our roots. Mm-hmm. It's unique that we have, a street out in front that's called Water Street, and it fits the ambiance that we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. And, even when we open up the brewery side, it's going to be industrial nautical. I got a great 12-foot boat that we're going to hang from the ceiling. So it all kind of fits. It's the area. We want to pay homage to the area. So yeah, that's the reason for the name, but it was one of two. It was going to be one of two when we first started all this.
Yeah. Well, I know you named it Water Street, but I thought that W&S was for Windsor Straits. So or Ward Straits. And if you flip the M around McConnell. So we were just trying to figure out how that was all about.
Yeah. Oh, great. It's a great question.
Yeah. So how about some of the flavors that you have out right now? I know that I was just down there this past weekend and had a hell of a time down there. I had a blast, ran into some people that we knew, and tried some of your February, like Valentine's wines. But oh my God.
How many did you have, Fred?
20.
Dave, if he says anything less, I'll be upset because he walks down the street to Gars and has like 7, 8 Boombas. So I mean, you got to make sure that he's giving
Well,
you, he's spreading the wealth to you
let's
guys.
just put it this way: my bill was quite hefty.
It's kind of like the circle of trust too. You just don't let everybody know, what
Well,
goes
Fred
on here.
does.
It's entertainment. That's, it's a part of it.
What happens at the WS stays at the WS,
Yes.
is what I'm hearing.
There you go.
That's right.
Question is, have you been having the Lions games on? Did you have Lions?
Absolutely. Okay. So one of the you guys have all met Julie, the winemaker, huge sports fan. One of the first things that we started talking about when we started all this way back in the day was that we had to have TVs, because you're not going to pry away from a TV when the NFL or the college football season is there. So
Dream woman.
Smart lady.
We always are going to have some sports. Of course, we're going to have HGTV on, different things that are more seasonal. But when the Lions are playing, they are on. Huge Lions fans.
Yep.
Only a wine store could say that. Sometimes we do HGTV.
Yeah. Sometimes sometimes we play a football game.
We do a lot of PBS and a lot of
Yeah. Well, I can attest when I was down there that they did have the 49ers Packers game on when we were down there, and they had people packed up around the bar, but yeah, it was a real good atmosphere down there. But Dave, there's a couple things. When you open up the new area, I'm sure that you got big ideas, and you've been around to some of the other bars, maybe get some other ideas that have their microbrewery stuff going on, and but obviously you're gonna have your own touches to it, and of course, obviously we know it's going to be great. But why don't you kind of, like I said, mention some of the you mentioned some of the beers that you're going to make, but what are some of the wines that are just coming out right now, and what are the ones that she's just brewing? And talk a little bit about the one that you made. Yeah, or excuse me, blending. Sorry, proper terms. And also talk a little bit about the one that you did make in homage of the Lions as well.
Oh yeah, Julie's blue Kool-Aid, which was pretty outstanding. Wish we would have made more of it.
It sold out like crazy.
Yeah, it was very good. Other than having the Honolulu blue on it.
Honolulu punch or something like that.
Yeah, it was outstanding. We plan to do it again next year. But some of the other wines that she has coming out now, obviously all of the Valentine wines, some of the more sleeter sangrias. She just came up with a new one that's going to come out this week. It's a lavender lemon. She takes a lot of suggestions from everybody that comes in the door. And one of the suggestions that a lot of folks have been asking about is, can you make a lavender? Well, she wanted to make a lavender lemon. I've had it. It's absolutely outstanding. And it's more unique than anything that she's done before, because she really hasn't done a lemon. So that's the new one for this week. Plus she has all of the Valentine wines that are out. I think she's got about 6 of them that are out right now. So come on and try a flight.
Well, let me just tell you, Heartthrob is phenomenal. Gnome, one of my favorites. You guys, as soon as I walked in the door, you already had the glass in hand filled and put right in front of me before I even walked in. I thought that was pretty funny. But my God, every one of those were just flipping outstanding for sure.
Dave, have you guys ever toyed with making a mead? And I know there's some honey producers in the Marine City area. So, I mean, is that ever come across your...
It is something that Julie would be making it, and she's thinking about it. There's been a lot of requests for it. We've been approached by some of the folks that have honeybees in the area, and we would want to keep it local. In fact, it was just Saturday. I was approached by a gentleman that was asking if I needed any. We're seriously considering it. The challenge for us is space, time, and how many other blends that we have.
Yeah.
she's balancing, 80 plus different ones. We've got the ciders. Mead takes a little bit more time to do.
Wow.
It's just a balancing act of time. But we're seriously considering it, especially as we kind of move into the new direction.
It's become very popular in the last 10 years, mead. I mean, there's a couple places like in Manhattan, and I think I was in Taos a couple of years ago, and they had a brewery there serving mead. It's getting very popular. I don't know. I mean, and with the connection with local honey makers, I would think that would be, yeah, that's awesome.
Right.
Yeah. We have a ton of ideas we're going to be bringing everybody probably over the next 6 months. So stay tuned.
I can't wait to taste some of the beer.
Can't wait.
Well, Rob, the bees are actually what makes honey. It's not people. I don't know if you knew that.
Well, I always thought it was the people, but what do I know? Hey, Dave.
Birds and bees.
Birds and the bees.
Yeah. So would you be able to sell crowlers and growlers, or will it just be poured tap by glass?
It's gonna be a tap by glass. We will have a mug club. I've had a lot of folks that have asked, are you going to do a club? It's going to be limited. So when we open, there will only be so many that I will have.
Do I got to give you my credit card? No, I want to be one of the first in the mug club. I will only be able to fill it like once or twice a year, but I want to be one of the first on the mug club.
Well, I'm just going to tell you there better be 4 mugs. I don't know who they could be for. And, how about us? And sure, we're totally down for that.
About Brock?
Well, he's not here tonight. He's not here tonight. He's snooze you lose.
out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there'll definitely be some special things for that type of atmosphere for sure.
Hell yeah.
So, Oktoberfest. Are you going to have something along those lines?
Depending on capacity.
Ideas, Fred.
You like how we just put you on the spot on all this stuff?
It's this is how
he can't answer it. He's a professional. Let's go.
This is how we learn. Anybody that walks in the door or is on the show can always give us suggestions, and we welcome it. It just, like I was referring to earlier, it turns into time and capacity in space. But we love to hear suggestions. This is everyone's place. That's what this was really designed to be. We just happen to be here, and we're trying to make the best of it for everyone else. That's really our goal, because if we can't do that, if we can't, make it everyone else's, it's just us. That'd be pretty boring. I can do that at home.
It's like Cheers in Marine City.
Yeah. So, Dave, just wanted to say this, Dave. If it wasn't for my friends talking me into going to the fish company for the first time, okay, and of course thank God there was a delay. They said, well, let's go over to this new winery place. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. All right, I'll just go over there. Best move ever by my friends. I can't thank them enough, because Kendra and myself, Rob, Tim, I'm sure Tammy and the girls go in there too. Mike, correct?
Well, once in a while, yeah.
Once in a while. I will just tell you right now, we praise, we word of mouth every time. Like, I have people that I told at work in Troy, and they're planning on coming up here in the summer. Oh, of course, and I'm really looking forward to it. Like with the brewery and stuff, that's great. But the one thing I love is being able to go into your place, see you and Julie, and the girls and their sisters, always with a smile on their face and greeting people. You guys do a phenomenal job there. There's no question about it.
Everybody makes it very easy. Everyone that comes in is always happy. We try and create that atmosphere. So our job is actually easy. The hard stuff is what Julie does when she's making the wine. That is the hard work. But when you come out here, it's just a lot of fun. When we started putting all this all together, we said we wanted to do 2 things: make great wine and eventually make great beer. and provide everyone a good, welcoming atmosphere. So it's not about the wine, but it's also about the experience. And as long as everybody's having a great experience, then we're having a good time, and we'll be here for as long as we can. That's definitely the goal. So thanks.
That's awesome. Yeah, no doubt.
That's the key, right, Tim? I mean, you can be in a small town, you can have great wines. Your wines are great. That's not why people come in, Dave. They come in because of you and Julie and what you've been able to create there. And people feel at home. And that's what people want when they go into an establishment. So,
Definitely.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Tim, what do you got to say? You've been pretty quiet, and you're one of the guys that go in there the most.
Oh,
I
I
think.
love it. I love that place.
I know. And why? Why do you love
I
it?
got my favorites. I got my favorites when I come in there, but I also like during the summer, we got all them nice cold drinks in there. They're always real good. Frost. I love it. I'm just like,
those slushies. Oh my
all
word.
the slush, the best, just awesome. Just now, what was the one, Dave? You were we got some where you smoke them. Or what was
That's
that?
my favorite. I
Oh,
love that.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Cherry, yeah.
Smoked wines. So playing with fire.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun because when you smoke a wine, just like when you smoke meat, it
Yeah.
adds a little extra flavor to the wine. So if you like that smoky flavor with any of the different wines, it's going to alter the taste a little bit. It's going to make it better or
Yeah.
different, depending on what you like. But it
Yeah.
also provides a little bit of show too, because we're playing with fire. We smoke it right at the table.
Yeah.
It takes probably about 5 minutes for it to get done on a dreary January day. Adds a little bit
Yeah.
of a campfire smell to the
Yeah.
place too, so it increases the ambiance. Everybody wins when someone's smoking wine inside of the place.
Yeah, that was great. What a great thing. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, you go to
Dave,
Greek.
I
Yeah, you
like
go to
mine
Greek town, you got
smoked.
Opa, and now you got the smoked
Yeah.
wine.
Dave, I like mine smoked 6.5 minutes, by the way. That's what. First time I went in there, I was like, tasting all the wines that were great. And actually, Dave, you were the first person I talked to in there. You were in there. I don't think it was later at night. You were coming in to close some stuff up. And I was talking to Julie, and she said, "What do you like?" And I don't know how it came up, because I was in a bar in Atlanta about 10 years ago, and they did a really good job with a smoked old fashioned.
Ooh.
And somehow it came up, and I said, "Smoked." Maybe it was on the menu or something. And she goes, "Oh yeah, you got to talk to him." And you came over and you started going me through the litany of, what wines to try. And I tried two. I think I tried the sweet cherry, and then the one it's not as sweet. And I landed on the one it's not as sweet. I don't know why. It just kind of paired better with that smoke. But that is my favorite thing. If I come into when I come back to Marine City, that's what I'm coming in for, the smoked cherry wine. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
I'll be here to do it for you.
All right, man.
Well-
hey, you been fishing lately?
Oh yeah.
Have not around here, unfortunately, because of our. I'm not much of an ice fisherman, but we like going down to Florida to do fishing down there.
Yeah. Have you been down in Florida lately to do a little deep sea?
Yep, we went out, did some reef fishing, playing around out there. Good friend, a good son-in-law, Captain Pete. He's knows how to handle a boat. So we rented a boat and did the DIY version of charter fishing out in the Florida Keys, going out there and catching all kinds of different varieties of fish.
What'd you get?
Oh gosh, anything from we were out there fishing for snappers, for yellowtail.
Yep.
Had enough for dinner a couple nights. The odd things you catch out there like remoras, but just some of the fish we were looking at going, okay, somebody get the cell phone out. We need to figure out what this kind of fish is. Should we even touch it? Because
have you caught a puffer fish out there?
Yep, we've caught puffers. A lot of fish we would like to have tried to have, but there's probably some jewelry down there in the form of hooks that the fish were stealing. Now they could have been barracudas or a whole different variety of fish. We had a shark on for a minute, spooled about 200 yards of line, Pete was hanging on, but it was bigger than the rod that we had. So it's swimming around down there within a piece of jewelry. But yeah, all kinds of fish. We love it down there just getting some variety.
Dave, what
Nice.
did you do before you opened up the shop? I forget. I know I've asked you this before. I can't remember.
I'm still doing it. So I have what I would call a 9-to-5 job, which I truly love what I do. Everybody has a hobby. You're looking at a hobby on steroids, which is everything else we do. But I'm a general manager of sales for a large media company. So I help salespeople and advertising and a whole host of other things that would probably bore more people on your show. So I won't even go into it. But yeah.
You wouldn't be boring many people, so it's not that big.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing about Dave. I mean, he is a perfectionist, right? So when I found out, that they had to change the name, and Julie was going through some of the things that they had to do, and I'm thinking, oh my God, they got to change their front window. Oh my God, they got to change the thing out front. Oh my God, all the glasses and everything. And I'm like, he's like, well, she goes, yeah, and he's got to change all the labels on the wine. I'm like, what? I'm like, why won't he just put the labels just over the old ones? He goes, hi, have you met my husband Dave?
Well, I'm a marketer at by heart, so I put the logo on just about everything. So we changed everything.
What did you have to do? Steam those old labels off?
Some of them, yes. We only put labels on it when the stuff comes out from the back.
Oh yeah.
So we've got a system back there where everything. Yeah. So it was only everything that we had here. So we couldn't sell the bottle, but we could chill them and then use them for tastings and use those for glasses. So we've just about gone through all of the stuff that would have been on the shelf by now. But it was an experience I don't want to repeat. Let me just say that.
We're gonna do this in unison. For the guy that made you change the name, or gal, I'm not sure what it was. They are a huge douche.
Ooh.
That's from the idiots
on steroids.
Yeah.
I mean, I get you trying to protect, your brand, right? But I don't know the size of that company, but they're all the way, from my understanding, Dave, on the other coast of the United States.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, how would that? I mean, is that really necessary?
I think, didn't it come down to the distribution part thing? That's how they found out about it.
I can't really
into it. You don't have to say it, but
yeah,
I mean, it's
like, guys, that when I say it's water under the bridge, we're Water Street Winery, soon to be Water Street Winery and Brewing Company, and that's where we're heading.
Dave, when are you going to run for mayor, man?
So will it be WS and B? It'll be WS and B, Dave?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, it'll be, I guess, Water Street Winery and B. Yeah. So yeah, something like that.
Oh, WSWB and B.
Yep.
Okay. I love the paddles with I see those hats that they have the two paddles crossed, and I like that logo. So that's cool.
When I say fun stuff, wait till we have some really good merchandise for the winery. I've got some really cool stuff that I can't wait to spill out there for the brewery as well. So
you just can't throw us a bone, can you, Dave? You just can't throw us a bone.
Nope. He's a teaser.
It's some fun. I'm excited. This is Julie and I are. She's the mastermind behind the winery. Again, I've got a good friend. He's just a wonderful human being that's helped me out with the brewery. I love the ability to be able to create an environment for both. That's kind of where my role is in helping out. So I've got a lot more ideas that we can really make a lot of fun. And again,
so I'm still waiting for the blue
building. You're going up, down, around, next door. What are you doing?
So the fun part about this is, one of the things I was mentioning that, everybody was asking when we're going to do beer. Check. The other part was, when are you going to have any outside area? One of the licenses that we'll have will provide a small outside area that'll kind of wrap around the building a little bit.
Nice.
So, during the summertime and the fall, everybody can sit out there too. The in will be the in where it's at. The out will be where the outside area will be.
Nice.
So we're really excited to be able to check another thing off the list for everyone.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So cool. And it's a tough view. You got a tough view there with that
Yeah,
river.
that's what I tell Julie. Her office view is pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
So
Tough to-
as long, hey Dave, since you're saying you're taking suggestions, don't forget about that fitted hat that we've talked about for about 3 or 4 times. I mean, you got the right colors and you had that the brown patch, the big thick like leatherish like patch. I thought that was pretty cool. Now we just got to get that back fitted, baby.
I can guarantee you guys, there will be no shortage of hats.
Nice.
Just saying. different styles, snapbacks, fitted, different branding on the front of them.
Oh my God.
There will be no shortage of hats.
Dave, did that merchandise come about because people were asking for it, so it was like a pull through, or did you just have an idea that you'd push it out and see if it worked?
We've had a lot of suggestions about what, again, going back to what everybody wants. We've had a lot of suggestions about different kind of merchandise, and then I just have already been fooling around with a bunch of different versions of hats that I want to make up. Ones that I would wear, and I think a lot of people would. So I'm looking forward to getting them all out there.
I'll be honest with you, with his table in the back where he has some of the merchandise, that gets picked through awfully quick. They can put stuff out, and it's like they got to replenish like really quick, because people just keep snapping them up. So that kudos to you and really kind of seeing how that was going to work, and then kind of seeing what you could build upon off of that. That's
Mike,
cool.
what's our buddy from New York that we used to see downtown, hangs out at I think he hangs out at the wine store.
What is his name? It starts with an E, doesn't it?
Yeah, like a Spanish name with an E. Esteban?
Ernesto or something like that, or
Yeah.
his
Do you
name?
know who
I
we're
don't know.
talking about? He's tall cat, gray long hair, always wears funky glasses, Dave.
Doesn't
He's
come
always-
to mind, but
He's always walking through town. He's an
Yeah.
interesting character.
Yeah. He's from like
Tribeca.
so before you guys were there, the coffee shop was there, right?
Mhm. Right.
And I went down to the one of the plays one night, and then I went over to get some coffee, and I'm standing in the bar and I'm just having a cappuccino or whatever. And this guy comes in. He's very eclectic looking, right? He's got like these dark rimmed glasses, yellow lensed, and it's like, this is like 10:30 at night or whatever. And he and I start talking, and I'm like, I could tell he's not from around there. I'm so, you from Marine City? Oh yeah, we live over above Anita's. We have a little condo up there. We're from Tribeca. I'm like, Tribeca, is that a bad area in Algonac? What? You can't be talking about Tribeca, New York, right? And I'm like, Tribeca? I'm like, New York? Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. Slow your roll, playa. Let me ask this. So you live here in Marine City, and your other home is Tribeca, New York. Yeah, that's right. I'm like, and that was the first time I said to myself, man, Marine City's changed from the days of driving through town at Friday night at 9 o'clock and a tumbleweed blowing by. I mean, this certainly has changed. And he said him and his wife came over for a trip. They fell in love with Marine City and they bought a place. And I was telling the fellas about it, and they're like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me! That's a lie." And then Mike and I were coming out of Garrison one day, and I'm like, "Here's the cat right here. This
Yeah.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, he has one of his daughter or something lives here. I think he said, or lives in the area.
Yeah, his daughter came in the area, and that's how they discovered the area. It was like I just couldn't believe it. Like back in our days in Marine City, nobody wanted to move to Marine City. There was nobody going through town, and
Ghost town.
yeah, it was a ghost town. And what the obviously the theater and what Marine City Fish Company and all the others have been able to do, Mike's, wife's place, it's just changed. I can't believe how much the town has changed so much. You guys have done such a great job, all of you.
We've been here for 5 years. We're coming here well before that. Remember, we moved here too, so we were part of the. We moved from somewhere else to be here because we love it so much.
What's wrong with you, Dave? What the hell?
To your point, we get so many people coming from not in the area. We had someone from Ohio just in over the weekend, and they saw one of our posts on Facebook and wanted to check us out. This was the second time they've been here. It was a sugar cookie wine, the first one,
Nice.
but
the infamous sugar cookie wine.
The infamous sugar cookie wine. So it is great wine. It just has a little bit of a story behind it. So we get a lot of folks from out of town, and with all the Airbnbs that are here now, they're filling up, especially in the summertime. People are checking Marine City out. It's a place to hang out, and it's a great place to live. But it's a great place to visit.
I will tell you that after you were on the show the first time, that there was people from Utica and a couple people from the Sterling Heights area that actually had watched the show.
Oh, we think he makes this shit up, Dave.
No, I'm serious.
We can't substantiate that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
No
even
evidence.
after watching the show, they mentioned that they were going to make the jaunt up to the winery, and I got messages back saying how great it was and how the atmosphere was good and everything. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing, because I know, Dave, when we first did the first time, there was that what's this show all about?
You were so nervous, Dave. You were nervous.
Rightly so. Man? I don't blame them. Bunch of assholes on
What was
show.
I in for?
Yeah, exactly.
A bunch of assholes on this show.
Love it.
Oh, that's
I'd be
hilarious.
scared too if I was him.
Well, I would have listened. I would never agree to come on this show. These fuckers make me do it. I don't know how.
Yeah. We tell him he has to wear his MAGA hat and his sunglasses, though.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Well, I'm
requirements now.
in a contract dispute right now, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on the show, Dave. But my agents are working it out. I don't know.
There's no point in disputing. Don't let the
Yep.
door hit you where the good Lord split you.
They just want to kick me
Bye,
off.
son bitch.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you that my attorneys are fighting to try to keep me on the show. That's
You're
I'll
not
tell you
Jim
that-
Harbaugh. We're not really.
they want me out, and
here.
I'm trying to stay on.
What is it? The attorney's office of douche and canoe.
Do we cheat them and how?
Yeah, there you go. Do we cheat him and how? Nice. Classic.
Yeah, the classic old joke, right?
So, Dave, I know that you guys, like in sometimes early in the week and leading up to Wednesday, you have, you've combined and done some things with some of the other business owners in the downtown area. Can you kind of interject a little bit about what those are all about and what you guys do?
Oh yeah, that's great. So Todd and his team from the Sweet Tooth, awesome people. Julie and him have been putting together wine and chocolate tasting events, which are just so much fun.
Oh my God.
When you're in, and he's outstanding at making different things out of chocolate, and everything that he does over there brings that. They pair up, determine what kind of wines they're going to do. We have one coming up in February, a couple of them. They usually get sold out pretty quick, so they'll do those, and it's just a good way to kind of break up the week. They do them early in the week when we're not open. We get about 50 different people that are in here. A lot of repeat folks, because they have so much fun, and they rotate all the wines and he rotates all the chocolate. And Todd does a phenomenal job at emceeing the event. It's just a good, relaxed atmosphere for everybody. So if you ever have an opportunity, I would definitely suggest it, because it also creates just another way to enjoy wine and have chocolate. So it's a great way that we've been able to pair.
When are those events, Dave? When do you guys do those?
We do them earlier in the week. At least usually Julie does them at least once a month with Todd from the Sweet Tooth. So, you have to watch the Facebook page, because they do it at different times of the month when they do them, and then they slow down a little bit in the summer and then pick back up in the fall, just because there's so many things that are going on anyway. And then we open up back on Wednesdays during the summertime. But when you have weather like this in Michigan, it's good to have a little bit of relief during the midweek to be able to do something like that, as well as a lot of other crafting events, just getting people together. Wine and, alcohol in general brings people together, but wine specifically is a nice, relaxing social event.
That's how most people get conceived too, Dave. I don't know if you know. Hey, Dave, I got a suggestion for you when you get the beer going. We'd like to have you do a light one called Better Than Bush Latte. And you could do BUSH. And then you could do a pairing with Todd, have them Razzles. Better Than Bush Latte and Razzles. I think that'd be a great pairing.
Razzles go with anything.
They go with everything, right?
Hell yeah. Now, Tim, what is your go-to wine at the winery?
Oh, it's got chocolate involved in it, right, Dave?
Yep. We see Tim come in. We get all the chocolate from the Sweet Tooth down there, so we got really good stuff. And when Tim comes in, we make sure that we have some chocolate waiting for him with his drink.
Yeah.
So
you have to widen the door so his head could get in there.
Oh God. Hey,
No.
No.
No. It's a double wide door. So don't worry about it.
That's good.
He usually has to walk in sideways, like he gets that. You bring in a couch, a really long couch into your house.
Pivot.
You have to get to that one point and then click it over.
Yeah, you have to kind of turn it. You have to turn it.
You gotta do like a
pivot.
Do it, Tim, to get him in the door.
Pivot.
And then the whole time,
Pivot.
his wife's over there. Watch the ears. Watch the ears. You can't get the ears.
Sometimes you got to get the Crisco out, and get it.
Oh God.
Remember, you three are not beauty queens, so just remember that.
I don't remember participating in this conversation.
Oh, you've said it before, Fred. Come on.
Oh, sure I have. Okay. So if you're gonna if we're gonna be like women and throw things up from the past, sure. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Guilty as charged.
Rob, you got to go out. You got to tie a boner on your neck so your dog will play with you.
Scare a hungry dog off of me.
That's right.
So, Dave, there's something coming up here called the NFC Championship game, and there is a rumor that if the Lions win, there is a certain member of this show that is going to get a airline ticket and fly up to watch the Super Bowl with the Idiot Circle. I wonder who that could be.
I think he's over here somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? But I don't know if I might have spoke.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it.
He's backpedaling faster than Prime.
Hey, you get your ticket. I'll pay for your airline fare.
Yeah.
These guys are.
Another bourbon.
You don't have friends like this, do you?
I'm thinking the target just kind of goes around the circle.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
Yes.
it's just like, who's next? I might I gotta go.
As you can see, Mike is being very quiet. So
what's
he
up?
is
Mike is quiet tonight.
You know, he's
Yeah.
sucking it on. He's taking it all in.
I'm taking it all in, man. I'm
Okay.
waiting to pounce. I'm waiting for my opportunity.
Oh, he
I'm gonna-
loves to
And I'm
pounce.
gonna beat the shit out of all you guys. Verbally, of course.
I think
Okay.
Graybeard got a little trimmed. You get a little trimmed. Graybeard looks a little trimmed up.
Well,
but-
not lately. Oh, you mean the beer? Yes, I did. I did.
We can talk like this, Dave, because nobody watches. the
Watches
show.
the
No,
show.
nobody watches it.
No, nobody watches.
No.
Hey, I'm having fun. I'm glad you guys are too.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
God,
happy.
that's hilarious. Mike, how many times have you been in the winery at all?
One time. I'm not a wine drinker, so I'm not
Well-
really a big drinker anyway, but
Yeah, well,
So-
guess what? I guess that's going to change when the brewery opens up.
yeah,
That's right.
I'm more of a beer guy. So yeah, I'll have some beers up there. I'm just not
Ooh.
never was a fan of wine. So no offense, Dave.
Not everybody is. That's why we're opening up a brewery. So everybody, husbands and wives and girlfriends, boyfriends, when they, can get together and enjoy it. There will be two distinct kind of sides. One, that we have a lot of folks that are saying, are you going to pick the winery side? Are you going to pick the brewery side? We'll let you guys decide that, but there'll be some differences between the two. You'll know you're in the same place.
It's like
Oh,
left and right Twix.
Is it going to be like?
Are
It'd
you
be like
team
the North and
Edward
the
or
South.
team Jacob?
Maybe we could do a tug of war in between the wine drinkers and the beer drinkers.
Yeah. You
Well,
can have
yeah,
a
guess
piece of
what?
cake on the floor. You can have a piece
The
of
wine
cake.
drinkers are going to win because they're mostly going to be our wives, and they say, if you beat us, you guys are in deep.
Oh no.
Dave,
No.
talk
Alright.
about the brewer a little bit. You said you got a buddy that's coming in doing the brews for you. Is
Yeah.
he's part of the Home Brewers Association. Has he done this for a while? What's his story?
So he has a passion, and that's making beer.
Nice.
He's brought in. He's been doing when I told him, hey, this is what I'm thinking, and he's all in. His name's Brian. You'll see him when we open. Just a hell of a nice guy. He's been helping. He's so hands on. He's been helping me even, doing some of the the grunt work as far as the construction and stuff like that. Besides, when we start brewing the beer here, so he's been doing it for a very long time. I've had some of it. It's outstanding. We can't wait to share. I mean, it is.
Is his last name either Anheuser or Busch? Just curious.
No.
Okay.
Is it Altus?
Oh,
Oh gosh.
is
No.
it Joe Bell? Is it
Natty
Joe Bell?
Lighty?
Joe Bell?
Is his last name Schlitz?
Big frosty mugs. Are you gonna have big frosty mugs, Dave?
Will you have a good malt liquor?
Yeah.
We will have every, if you call it, brand type of beer. So we'll have I love IPAs, so we're going to have some, obviously some different kinds of IPAs. We'll have some lagers. My second go-to are wheat beers, just a straight up wheat beer. We'll have some flavored wheat beers, not to go too far down the rabbit hole, because I want everybody to be surprised, but
Sure.
it will all be good stuff.
A Christmas porter, every once in a while. Oh,
Nice thick lager for this time of the year. I mean,
yeah.
there's just
How about an Oktoberfest?
we'll have it.
I could tell you, Fred will tell you that I brewed an Oktoberfest. I got a homebrew kit, and I use it now for putting on my salads, because it turned into vinegar. Basically, that's what it is now. Started out as an Oktoberfest.
You actually brewed a beer?
I tried. Well, no,
Yeah.
brewing a beer was actually, it turned into beer. I didn't actually brew it.
Yeah.
You brewed a vinegar?
I brewed a very good vinegar.
Brewed a
Dave.
vinegar.
It really is. It's great. You could use it on salad. You
could clean your garage with it.
You could do it. Yeah. I had a rusty part.
Takes off
in
paint, doesn't the paint remover?
Yeah, it's a good paint remover.
What did it taste like? WD-40 or what?
I wish it tasted that good. I've had WD-40. WD-40 smells so damn good. Like,
It does.
you think you're like, it's got to taste good. And I tried it one time. Oh no, it does not taste good.
Oh, no.
Gets rid of-
It'll go away.
It probably got rid of some acne too, right?
Yeah, I put it on, the
Yeah.
pimple on my butt and it,
You know why they
Off
developed
the rails.
WD-40, don't you, Rob?
Huh?
Do you know why they developed WD-40? You know what it was for?
No.
It was to keep rust off of bombs.
Rust off of bombs.
Bombs, yes,
Wow.
like military bombs. That's why they
Bom,
created
bom,
it.
bom, bom, bom,
It's
bom.
actually WD is water displacement. WD
Ah,
is water displacement, and that was the 40th formula they came up with. That's why they call it WD-40.
All
But
right,
it
we
was
need to get
for
we need to
keeping
get to a
rust off of
trivia.
bombs.
We need to get to a trivia place.
yeah,
Because-
that's well, it makes sense, right? I mean, water displacement, and then if you had bombs sitting around, and back then they weren't made with probably the materials they are now, and they
Right.
would rust.
All
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
yeah.
So
You spray it
Dave,
on yours too, right? So that's another fishing a secret.
Oh,
Joe Fur,
fishing. Yeah, put it on your
you ever
lure.
use it on when you fish, Dave?
spray it on your
Oh. I've never tried that. See, it's fun, entertaining, and knowledge. Look what you guys are bringing to the.
Look at
Yeah,
Sure.
tons of useless knowledge. Yep.
where they use it for in fishing, Dave, and I know you do a little bit of freshwater, but it more of bass fishing. They say the bass are really attracted to the oil in the water, so a lot of guys put it on their lure.
walleye, love it.
There's
Oh.
strike kings, put it on a strike king, douse your strike king in there,
Yep.
throw it out. Yeah.
Put it on your pencil plug when you're jigging or whipping in the river.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've not
Yeah.
tried that. Now there's something I'm going to try in the spring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
try
My
it.
dad was telling me today, if you got snow that's sticking to your snow shovel, WD-40. Seriously, spray it down with WD-40, flicker and spit.
You can use it for another lubricant. I'm not gonna say where.
Oh,
I
think you know
would
the
not.
road I'm going
Yeah.
down.
Don't
but-
recommend that.
No, I
Not
wouldn't
recommended.
recommend that either.
Maybe you can clean those sunglasses you got on with WD-40.
He must have got some in his eye or something. That's why
Maybe
he's
if you
wearing the
picked up somebody
sunglasses.
on the Sunset Strip or something like that, you might
Such
want to
a
use
jackwagon.
Jack Wagon. Who you calling Jack Wagon, big head?
Yeah.
Look at the cross. I bet your eyes are crossed today. That's why you got glasses.
He's got a lazy eye today or something.
Well, I was born with a lazy eye. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So Dave,
Follow my fingers.
yeah,
Which
couple
one are we
things, Dave.
supposed to look at? Which one are we supposed to
Right,
look at?
yeah.
Oh, sorry,
So,
Dave. Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm just I'm watching the target roll around. That's
Yeah, he
that's
loves it. He loves it.
Yeah, you yank the chain and it's all over but the crying. So
Yeah.
but so Dave, there's a couple things. One, there's a big game this weekend coming up, and we would like to get your prediction of the game, and we're going to go around and ask everybody else.
Apparently, we only have to get closest to the winner's scored to win in round.
They don't like when I change the rules, Dave. I don't know why they don't like it. They
Yeah,
get
that's
all
right.
pissed off at
Tim's
me.
got his note paper out and pen. He's the treasurer.
Go ahead, Dave.
I wouldn't even go for, what's the spread, all that other stuff. Let's just go with a straight up Lions win, forget it, and let's go on to the Super Bowl.
All right. You don't want to
You
give
got
a score?
you got a score for us?
Let's go 21-7.
Ooh,
Whoa,
wow.
that's bold. I like that.
That is
That's
bold.
That
yeah.
is ballsy.
That
That's
is
huge.
that is the Lions defense coming up.
You got Dan Campbell
Well, they
size
need to come-
balls with that.
Making
If
it
that is
happen.
if that is the score and the Lions win, you got to name a beer 21-7. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, Wardo, spit it out.
24-21 Lions.
Freddie boy.
24-17, the 49ers.
Oh,
Ooh.
Fred.
What is wrong with
Even
you?
if I think you're the 40, you can't listen, Fred. No, stop the presses, Mike. No,
You guys
Fred.
think you guys actually
Can't
think I'm
jinx
gonna
the
pick the
team.
49ers?
Can't sit there and can't be your casual observer
Mike,
and
mute.
say,
Mute.
Yeah,
no. Wait, he's got to
Mute
pick the
Fred.
Lions. Tim, let him. He's got to pick the Lions.
Guys, I was just trying
Mute
to
him.
get you guys all worked up. I am not picking the 49ers. After what I saw, what the 49ers and Packers look like and what we can do, I am calling it.
It was raining the whole game too. Keep that
Well,
in
and it
mind.
doesn't mean it won't rain there
Come on.
either.
Come on, spit it out.
Spit it out.
So I am picking the Lions 28, the 49ers 21.
Okay. Robbo,
I think it's going to be a high scoring affair. I do. Because I think San Francisco is going to score a lot on us, but I think we're going to have to match them. So I'm going to say 31-28 Lions.
oh man,
All right, Tim. What do you say?
I'm gonna say 31-21
Mhm.
Ooh, by 10.
Lions.
You know what, this karma would be great right here. Jake Moody lines up to kick a field goal to tie the game, and he goes wide right. As much as I love Jake, I hope he dies on the stake right there.
We can't wish that on Jake. Come on.
Jake's
I know
Jake,
you can right now.
Let's hope it doesn't come down to Jake Moody winning the game, because
most likely that'll happen.
Oh, I wouldn't mind it. It'd be just to know that we hung with them the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave,
Just remember,
where you watch the game? You're gonna have it on at the place. You're gonna be at the house. What are you gonna do?
Sunday, right?
Sunday at
we'll
6.
we'll be at the house.
6:30.
We'll be closed by then.
Oh, nice. So you'll be able to watch it at home. Okay.
And if
Yep,
it was
game-
here, it would be on. I mean, it's
Yeah, so it'll be on. So it's 6:30 start on Fox.
Very nice.
So it's beautiful.
yeah.
So the last thing I want to ask you, Dave, is I don't want to ask you. Rob wants to ask you. So, Rob, I know
he's already
Dave-
married, Rob. He's already married.
Yeah.
They're already married.
Now, Dave. Now, mind you, we don't even know what he's going to ask, but we're just going to
Sorry.
let him ask. So,
Okay, now I'm worried.
Wait a minute.
you're worried?
I'm
Hold
worried.
on.
Well,
Yeah,
with the-
they're usually worried
Yeah.
anytime I say
So-
something.
Yep. So, go ahead, Rob.
I'm waiting for the disclaimer to go across the bottom of the screen when you're asking me this question.
Yeah. La la la. Cannot hear you. La la la.
Is there a bomb gonna go off?
We're trying to set up a nice big weekend in September. So we're gonna have Thursday night. Thursday night. Gonna be in town. We want to do the show for the first time live anywhere. Just all of us together. We got to figure out how to do that. We wouldn't want, I think I speak for all the other idiots here. We really would like to do it because you've been such a supporter of the show and we love your place. It's right there on Water Street. We'd love to do the show live in your establishment.
Right on. That's awesome.
There you go.
Is that good? We
That-
can do
that
it.
would-
We get to, I mean, we're promising we'll bring in 2, 3, maybe 4 people. There might be 4 people to see this other than us. So
That is thanks. That is pretty awesome. The ability to be able to do something like that will be a lot of fun. And there'll be more people there, but even if it's just us, it'll be a great time.
absolutely. We're gonna have smoked cherry, and we'll have beer by then too in September, right? Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be a great time.
That's gonna be
Well,
awesome.
it'll probably
one
have
thing
an
that-
Oktoberfest in September.
No, that's a possibility. Who knows? He's
I don't
loose lips sink ships, so he's not going to say a damn thing.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe for that kind of event, we brew something special.
Holy mackerel!
I
Yeah.
may need some suggestions about what everybody wants, but
Oh,
with that
God.
I
much
wanna-
lead time, you know,
Hey, let's have a beer named the Idiot Circle.
it's we'll put it up on the board. Be a special blend.
That's right.
That'd
There
be
you
awesome.
go.
might get a
Mind
few
you guys,
people
we,
on it.
if we're gonna do this show live, we're gonna have to kind of, I would say, kind of keep it a little PC, kind of little. We'll have to dial it down to maybe rated R.
Are you
Maybe
talking to me when you say this? I feel like
PG-13.
you're talking
No, I'm
like
talking
me.
about everybody because I got Tourette's. Shit, damn, fuck, damn.
No, listen, we know how to read a room, Dave. We'll
Yeah.
we'll promote it as best as we can. We'll try to get as many people in there, have a little listening party, do maybe run some if you want to run some specials, and then we'll take breaks at times and let you guys maybe do something between the breaks, to fill in and get
Figure it out.
the people, all interactive.
I mean,
And
just think of all the beer
whatever
people used to
whatever
drink
you
on
got going, the brew, the new wines, the new brews, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Maybe we switch from the idiot circle to the brew crew that day.
Oh boy. See what you
Okay.
did, Dave. You said, I want suggestions. These guys are going to be flooding you with suggestions now.
I've got my own suggestion, and this I can guarantee you guys, if you're all here, just because I missed the memo about wearing a hat, everybody will be wearing a matching hat.
There you
go. Got that.
Yeah.
Everybody will get a hat. Everybody will wear a matching hat.
A Water Street
Include,
hat.
I'll get one.
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
love it.
Can you are you sure you can fit Tim's head?
Extra large.
Wait, can you
Extra large.
fit all three of our heads? Fred, mine, and Tim's. That's going to be the trick.
Yeah.
We'll get it figured out. You guys will give me plenty of time by then to make that happen.
Get it.
No problem.
Mike's might need a chin strap.
with holes in it and everything.
He's got a little cap with the little propeller on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
be good.
hilarious.
Nice one, Tim. Nice one, Tim.
Yeah, so at least we got between now and September to figure out how the hell we're going to make that happen, where we're going to actually be live. But
Yeah,
Mike-
we can do it. Don't worry about it.
Mike will be.
That's your
totally
job,
down.
Gordo.
Yeah, I mean, we're not leaving it up to you three. That's for damn sure.
Well, shit.
No
no.
way.
All I know is turn that button on and the screen pops up. All right, cool. It's on.
Fred just figured out last week how to, blur his background on his fucking video.
No, I just decided to do it because you guys do it. So sometimes. So.
Oh, Dave,
Yeah,
I
plus,
can't tell
you
you
don't
how
want to
happy-
see what's back behind me right now either.
We can't tell you how happy you come on the show. We really,
Yeah, we
we
do
really appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, guys. I really appreciate you guys, your support. Plus it's just
Very
a good time. I mean, I see you guys around town, and I really enjoy, coming on to just kind of be a part of it, intermittently like this. So thanks.
Well, hey,
I mean, we're
you are
going to
more
grow
than
this thing to like 20 people at some point. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to
You know,
tell
you
you, Dave, you are more than welcome to come on the show anytime, especially when especially when it gets time to have that, the opening of the brewery.
Oh yeah.
No question about it. And there will be nobody that's not on this show that won't be friggin' pumping that, on all of the social media pieces that we work off of and go on for sure. So, we appreciate you and Julie and your staff. Your girls are great. Make sure you let Pete know how much fun it is, because I'm gonna reach out to him again and see if he can do next Thursday. And I'll tell you right now, I can't be more happy that we got a chance to meet you and that you brought such a great establishment to our small little town to make it a little bit more vibrant.
Well, thank you. On all of us here, especially Julie. Julie's the magic behind what everybody drinks. She inside of the tasting room, she knows what everybody drinks. She has a memory and remembers everybody that walks in the door and wants to make it a great experience. Call her a little camera shy, so she doesn't necessarily want to be on, but she's really the magic behind everything.
Well, guess
that
what?
happens.
The reason
In
why we
September,
respect her, I know
it's
she's
going
the
to
best.
happen.
I
There's
will
no
get her to do it.
The
Yep.
reason why
it's gonna happen.
we respect her so much and know she's the brains behind the operation, Dave, truly. She has the good common sense not to do this show.
Well, she'll be watching and go, "Oh, don't embarrass me,"
Well, we would never embarrass her on the show. We would just be giving her high praise and
Heck
telling
yeah.
her what an awesome job that she does and everybody that's involved with Water Street Winery and soon to be and brewery. So hey Dave, thanks for coming on the show. We love to have you anytime. And if you have any suggestions of people that that might want to get on the show, or they might have something going on that that want to get something,
Spread the wealth.
hey, we'll spread the wealth and help them out as well. Hey guys, just a reminder, we are on YouTube, we are on X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. With the YouTube, you can give us thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it happens to be. You can get so you can subscribe so you can get notified when we have shows on. All the social media that we're involved in does get the show, and make sure, Mike, that you send the link to the show to Dave, so if he wants to throw it on, he wants to share it with his peeps and stuff like that, or I don't know if he wants to put it on the winery show because there was some language. Okay, just we'll figure it out. But like I said, guys, we appreciate you all who watch the show. Dave, we wish you nothing but even more success that you already had. So kudos to you, brother.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. And appreciate you again having me on. This is so much fun. For everybody else that hasn't done this, you ought to give it a try.
Nice.
I appreciate
Thanks for the
it.
endorsement.
We'll see you
Thank you.
We'll see you downtown.
All right.
Later,
Thanks, guys.
later TIC Nation.